pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Good morning, good evening, and welcome to the online open mic presented by the legendary Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I'm your host. My name is Elemental. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You know what we do and how we do it. First and foremost, happy Poetry Month. Happy National Poetry Month for all the poets. Listen, it's another 30 for 30 challenge. This is year 10 for me. It's incredibly exciting. Looking forward to all the incredible things that all the incredible writers come up with during National Poetry Month. Happy writing. Welcome to episode 16. You know what we do and how we do every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. If you're watching on one of those streams, we truly appreciate you. And you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 977-539-856. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say that? Trust me, we're going to show you this evening. Buckle your seatbelt. We do this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills. All right, so we would like to thank the Howard Gilman Foundation, the Poetry Foundation, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, and Education of America for hosting our free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to nuyorican.org/contribute. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it. You should be. Zach has dope. This is where you can find me, Elemental.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, Elemental.com. So many things going on. I know I need to update my website. Bear with me, folks. Listen, it's so many things going on. Really, plug in. So many things going on. Tonight's theme. Historians, keepers of keys, right? This is, to me, this is like the librarians, right? The orators, the shamans, the bards, right? These are the people that make sure the little nuances of what we need to know from history stay with us. So I'm looking forward to it. As always, your art doesn't have to be on theme in order for you to rock with us this evening. We are still looking forward to all your genius that you're sharing with us tonight. All right. Next week's theme, timeline of sound, where it all started. Right? Where it all started. This is, to me, this is like, where did your connection to sound begin? Right? What was the first song that you remember falling in love with? Right? what's like the earliest song? You're just like, oh, I knew it. As soon as I heard that, it was the bass line, and he did the riff, and I was done. Right? Where did it start for you? Right? Um, Sound in general, you know what I mean? But music, how did it find its way to you? All right. That's what we're gonna deal with next week. Also, here is a list of the upcoming themes. All right. Almost through May. Gonna do a couple of things, right? Gonna have some fun on some things. But as usual, right? You have poetic license to do whatever it is that comes to your mind, whatever it is that touches your heart, your spirit when it comes to these themes. Truly express it, bring it. We are looking forward to it. All right. Let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your performance. All right. So make sure you turn your cameras on. Have your art ready as you're getting ready to get up here and do your thing. Have your art ready. If it's analog, cool, have it open. If it's digital, pull it up, let it rock. If you're using music, playing music, totally cool. All right. Make sure, I can't remember which side it's on. I think this side. Make sure you have your original sound on for musicians and you're playing original music. You don't want the agents of the interweb interfering with our stream in any way. So make sure your music is original. Original sound, original music. We are good to go. You got 3 minutes to rock. All right. 30-second intro to let the folks know how they can find you, how they connect with you. Make sure you are changing your Zoom name to coincide with how people can connect with you. All right. Keep in mind, folks, there are 20 people on the guaranteed list, and usually there will be folks on the good luck round. All right. Keep your timing in mind. There are folks who want to rock too. All right. We have reached night 30 for the babies, folks. All right, there are explicit lyricists in our community. Some may even trigger some horrible flashbacks, right? But founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship. Other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated, there is no censorship, all right? This art form that we love and live and breathe is a walking trigger warning, right? Thou hast been warned. This is a true call and response space. After these artists get up here and share a piece of who they truly are with us, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all of that energy back with the performers, back with the community, right? Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway. So unmute yourself, share all of that energy. All of it will be returned to you with their performance from all these artists this evening. Trust me. The guaranteed list tonight is closed. All right, sign up begins 24 hours before the show, which would be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, to sign up, you go to Nuyorican.org. You click on full events calendar. Then you click on the Thursday that you want to get down on. You need an artist RSVP ticket to get on the guaranteed list. It's the only way it's going to happen, and those are only generated 24 hours before the show. If you're in the tri-state area, make sure you are plugging in with the Nuyorican Bowery Slam. It goes down in that building. Trust, they've got incredible hosts in there. Jay Rose has been in there. Maddie Marroquin has been in there. Shout out Storm Lake. It's incredible in there. Trust. Also at the Lower East Side, hosted by Soul Preem, another incredible artist, another incredible open mic. If you can fall through, make sure you do. The teen open mic is still in rotation, y'all. If you can find yourself in there to inspire a young person to get into poetry, make sure you do. All right. And Final Fridays, hosted by Tony McPherson. It goes down for real. If you've seen the highlights in there, you already know it's going down. So make sure you're plugging in. All right. Tonight's list. Look at all these incredible poets who came to get down, all these incredible artists who came to share their genius with us. Let's get to it. There's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. Good to see everybody. Some faces I haven't seen in a while. It is great to see you. Looking forward to hearing all of your incredible poetry. Oh, man. Let's do it. Setting us off this evening, our resident blacksmith in the building. Ready, no doubt, to do what he does best. Mr. Lighthouse Writers is going to set us off in the most incredible way, I promise you. The one and only Michael Sindler in the building. let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, sir. Please set us off.
Yeah, I definitely want to second. There are definitely some faces that I'm seeing that have been missed that very, very glad to see back. And great to see everybody, of course. Going to immediately put up lighthousewriters.org. Wonderful, wonderful organization. All kinds of great stuff going on there. Lit Fest coming up. Just give it a look on there. Um, Not going to waste any time as far as what I'm going to do as far as history is I'm going to go back a year. As Elemental said, this is 30-30, so everybody should have 4 poems already racked out and be on their way. So I'm going to actually read the poems I wrote the first week of 30-30 last year. And I'll probably keep doing that through the month. And this first one is called Clutter. Dawning realizations, clutter best placed where other hoarders will see treasure, tracking back my memories to bury in their closets. Second one is Clean Start. It's the season to make a clean start, gathering basic chemicals, building blocks of sanitation, alcohol, ammonia, baking soda, salt, soap, vinegar, and plenty of lemon juice, mustering paper, rags, sponges, towels, brushes, brooms, mops, scrubbing pads, humming vacuum cleaner, and all the rest, spray bottles, pails, buckets, bins, and bags. Now, all that's needed is determination, energy, attention, and concentration. So when it comes to the potential for a successful spring cleaning, I'm not that thrilled about the odds. Next one is no less real. They say in the end, all is dust and DNA, swept or blown away, no less real a form than ours. Everything's distilled from stars. And the next one is called Last Log Left. We become a different edifice than our inner architect imagined, beams still brave to bear load, jut out precariously, weathered, sand-scarred walls, carved language of wind, a song for fingertips, tufts of wild grass, bloom from cracks, shift foundation, alter equilibrium, darkness inside, cut through, uncertain curtain, sunbeam, mistakes clutter for memorabilia, last log left in hurt, a hearth misses its match. And this next one is half a comma for Denise Levertov. The duration of half a comma, bare drama of an inhalation, step in line makes time take notice. And I'm not going to get through all of them because we want to have time, but I'll do one more called Gifted Touch. In the beginning, there was love. Before light made darkness aware of itself, before dust of being spread out from singularity, before thought reflected in and probed out, love existed, timeless, without measure. As matter explodes into multiverse, loose weaves sparkling and resonating, spirals, dances out into eternal night, drifting life, dust, sculpts fluid and solids, same shape revolving in all self-creation, molded round the humming song of love. Love's tune transforms discord into energy, energy into purpose, purpose into flowering. Flower falls back as expanding all contracts, pulled to center, sucked back into nothing, whole into void, scale beyond measure, Love breathes, creation heaves, respiration, repetition. Through it all, inevitable, invisible, evolve and dissolve, within, without, beneath, above, beside, beyond, raging intent, inherent in existence, puts all energy into play, gives gift to touch, serpentine thread, trailing infinity's tail. At the ending, love is beginning. And yeah, there's more that I did that week, but they'll have to wait. Thank you very much.
Chasing infinity's tail? Like, come on. I try to tell you. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Michael Sindler.
Nice
All
job,
right.
man.
Awesome.
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 Happy Poetry Month.
That's the way to bang it out in the beginning, right there. Right there.
Yeah, kick it off.
There you go.
Yeah,
Great
kick
job.
it off,
Great job.
man.
See. It's not just me. I get excited, right? But so does my community, right? Because we love this. Truly we do. Michael Sindler, you continue to be such a pillar in our community. And you continue to bring work, brand new stuff, whether it's just fresh off the press or not. It's still just amazing what you do, sir. Really. Where others will see treasures, right? The humming vacuum cleaner. Not too thrilled about the odds. Hey, that happens sometimes. No less real, right? Everything's distilled from stars. You kidding? Spoken like a blacksmith, right? Forging life out of stardust, right? Like, come on. Cut through curtain uncertain. Like, yeah, I love that. The heart misses match, no doubt about it. Timeless without measure, right? Purpose into flowering, right? Just that trailing infinity's tail. That's just amazing. Thank you, Michael Sindler, for doing all that you continue to do. Listen, folks, he wouldn't be continuously shouting out Lighthouse Writers if it wasn't worth looking into. So do yourself a favor and check it out. Appreciate you. All right, coming up next, listen. See, he's got the instrument on, right? We are about to get our week put into balance, right? This gentleman continues to do what he does, and his rhythm, his flow is so locked in. You're about to find out. The one and only Joski C in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Joski. It's always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Hey, Elemental. Coming through?
Oh, yeah. It's cooking.
All right. Okay. I want to start with a new haiku that I wrote for all of you poets and bards. This is called Aberrant Birds. We're aberrant birds, undeterred by fading light, singing into night. Tonight I'm on theme, in a way. I brought this song, an earlier version, through a while ago, but it's very much on my mind. History is unfolding, you might say, and I think the challenge is, what are we going to do to make change? Family forced to flee in Gaza, to walk the road of refugees in Gaza. Vacant eyes, traumatized, watch the ground, watch the sky. Got no tears to cry in Gaza. It's a game of where you stand in Gaza. Bombs incinerate the land in Gaza. Shelter in a hospital people crowded wall to wall. Got nowhere else to go in Gaza. Got no water, got no tears. It's only thirst, it's only fear. Death is stalking everywhere in Gaza. They stormed the last hospital in Gaza, where oxygen's worth more than gold in Gaza. Adding to the deadly toll, soldiers come to sell their souls. Nowhere left to go in Gaza. Got no water, got no tears. It's only thirst, it's only fear. Death is stalking everywhere in Gaza. Family of refugees in Rafah reach the end of the road in Rafah. Water's off, food is gone, million people hanging on. There's nowhere left to run in Gaza. Got no tears to cry, got no tears to cry. All the tears are dry in Gaza.
Yo, I try to tell you, this is what this cat does. Unmute yourself, give
Oh
it
my
up for
goodness.
Josie.
Yes. Oh, no
Nice.
words.
Yes, sir.
No words. That was
Nice, nice.
fast.
Powerful.
Here's
Lou put me in a trance.
Very
Put me in
relevant.
a trance.
Profound.
I love your voice,
the
man.
beauty of your music allows you to speak the pain of so many.
Yeah.
Great way to put it.
Look, y'all, look, listen, I told y'all, it's the greatest community in the world, right? And this is what I love about our community is we don't mind sharing our truth. Like, this is something that I truly, know that we have all missed, right? Actually hearing your colleagues tell you, yo, that was like, oh my gosh, right? When you hear that, it does something else to your confidence, trust, and believe. Joski, listen, man. Listen, everybody catches what you do, man. And you again, you just have your flow so locked in, man. Like that's what I said, folks. We get in balance when Joski rocks because he's just like, man, bombs incinerate the land. It's only thirst, it's only fear. Death is stalking everywhere. Their oxygen's worth more than gold. What? Soldiers come to sell their souls. Man, war is hell. And nothing brings out demons more than hell. Tell me. Come in all shapes and sizes, colors, creeds, fonts. Hey, they're there. Thankfully, the world has us, though, right? To remind them that, hey, it's coming, but it can be beautiful. Thank you, Joski, for all that you do. Shout out to Nee. Appreciate all that y'all do. Thank you for continuing to rock with us, Joski. All right. Coming up next. Yo, this cat. It's been a minute since I've seen this cat. But let me tell you something, man. When this cat comes through, man, he has such a he's such a macho man, brother, that he just does it. Like I totally dig what he does, how his style just comes together, man. The one and only Dre Ray is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Dre. Come on, man. Off the top rope with him. What's good with you?
Wow, man. First of all, this is a blessing to be back here. It's been like over 2 months, and already I'm just feeling all this positive energy. So kudos to everyone. That piece by Joski is still like resonating with me. So with again, thank y'all. Thank you, Elemental. Thank you, La Bruja, for having this spot. So there was a time period where I was like down in the dumps and trying to get myself back into writing. So I figured to kind of look back into my past, and you were talking about like me being like a macho man. Yeah, you dig, right? But I don't know. Before I was a poet, I was a wrestler. But before I was a wrestler, I was a wrestling fan. And one of the earliest guys that I really looked up to was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And hopefully I don't get sued by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or the WWE for this matter, but I have written a poem that is about pie. And without further ado, I'm going to do my damnedest to do justice to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So without further ado, this is pie. Finally, The Rock has come back to Thanksgiving dinner. The Rock doesn't care much about the dinner itself. It doesn't matter if there is turkey, mashed potatoes, or gravy, or that pile of grade A monkey crap you call green bean casserole. For all intents and purposes, The Rock says you can stuff that turkey with that pile of monkey ass or whatever you call it, and quite frankly, it doesn't matter what you call it. Take that glob of goop, along with as much potatoes as possible, stuff that turkey with it, lube it up with gravy, turn that sumbitch sideways, and stick it straight up your candy ass. Right now, The Rock wants you to do two things, and that's nothing and like it. Now, the most electrifying man of all sports and entertainment, the Brahma Bull, the jabroni beaten, pie eaten, trailblazing, eyebrow raising, all around smack it down people's champ, The Rock, came to the head of the people's table without a shadow of doubts for one reason, and The Rock means one reason only. The Rock here came for pie. It could be apple, it could be blueberry, it could be pumpkin, hell, it doesn't matter what flavor. The Rock will consume millions and millions of calories, bite by bite by damn bite, to fill up the people's stomach with that culinary miracle, and then proceed to burn them off by eating my favorite pie, Poontang pie. When it comes to pie, The Rock says, just bring it. But what does The Rock see? The Rock sees brownies, cheesecake, cookies, but no pie. Whoa, 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 whoa! What in the blue hell is wrong with you, you sick freak? Don't you like pie? Before you respond, shut your mouth and know your role, jabroni, and get into the people's vehicle. Let's go for a drive together. The Rock will take you down to Know Your Role Boulevard, which is on the corner of Jabroni Drive, and check you directly into the SmackDown Hotel, where you will go one-on-one with the Great One, and The Rock will proceed to lay the smackdown all over your Rudy Poo candy ass. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. Thank you.
Let's go. That's how you do that, man. Come on. Unmute yourself. Give it up for the Rock. I mean, Dre Ray.
That was an amazing,
The
impressive.
winner is
Oh, man.
Wild.
That was
Oh
memorable. That
man,
was
that
beautiful.
was
Oh,
awesome.
dude, makes me want to eat
That
pie.
Quite the
Wow.
impression.
Uh,
Yeah, especially the pie that he's talking.
Yes.
wow.
He
Damn.
did that. He damn did that. Listen. Damn it, Dre. That's what I was talking about. That is a bad mother. Shut your mouth right there. I'm telling you, I was not expecting that. Neither were the millions and millions of fans that you just got from that piece right there. I'm telling you. He said you will do two things: do nothing and like it. I see cookies, I see cupcakes, but no pie. Shut your mouth and know your role, jabroni. You're Rooney Poo candy asses. Oh man, listen, that was it for me right there, man. That was the last time I was a true wrestling fan. Was there. After that, couldn't tell you anything after that. But there, oh man, it's a smack. Appreciate that, Dre. Like how you dig into what you do, man. I love it. I appreciate you for that, man. Truly. All right. I saw, there she is. Coming up next, our resident superhero. She thought she could sneak in the back, but no. Makes way for so many poets, so many platforms, so many different ways. I'm talking about from movie nights to loose lips, sink karaoke ships. I'm telling you, to know this poet is to be connected. The one and only Finn Bell, who I like to call the daughter of Krypton. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please, take it away.
It's good to see you too, Elemental. Good evening to you. Good evening to my fellow poets. You can find me on Instagram. I am Finn_Bell. So today's yesterday's actually prompt that I was supposed to follow. I'm following a slightly different prompt, and it was to write a prose poem. So I didn't quite write a prose poem. It's a little longer than that. But here we go, and hopefully it's to theme. It's called Conifer. The coniferous tree in the front yard has no one who she may claim as kin. I noticed this one day taking in the solitary nude fan palm and her eager sprite cousin waving at me 3 neighborhoods away. The 3 crone Italian Cyprus sisters huddled together, but never more distant, cold, and apart. I understand innately. I understand as woman how to bear the burden of companion seedlings sworn loyal. Is a family a single organism of devotion and sacrifice? Do they carry every unrealized dream firmly within each roughened whorl? The weeping willow, or is she a pepper tree? Is free and single as far as she knows, slip showing, dipping below her diaphanous outerwear, red lipstick pollock frenetic smeared, a daily dawn, our walk of shame. I feel I have known her past incarnations. I feel where we intersected and dissected past lives. I suppose I could ask the arbor doctor about the pine when he comes by, but I am not given to small talk. I am not easily conversant. Still, I talk this man up and make him redwood mighty. Yet he is not a physician, a flora green. He takes life down in its prime when he is commanded to do so. He asks not questions. He knows not of his sins. I bless and forgive him. I do not ask the conifer her name. I do not want to know. We do not communicate with each other in the way I divulge my life story with abandon, with glee, to sleek prism native prose as they observe me from these fresh tree stumps, to the citrine bejeweled calliope honey as she pauses a mere pulse beat to listen. I do not ask the conifer her name. I have found comfort in our companionable silence, in both of us each holding a secret of our own. I know one day soon I will invite her to join me for coffee in the early morning. I will throw the door wide open as I let the world inside. I will feel my chest expand, my breath even out as she uncramps history ravaged limb to feel her way along the dim entryway to the bright indifference of a kitchen perpetually in use, but not ever loved nor lived in. Thank you.
And I told you, unmute yourself. Give it up for Finn Bill.
Such beautiful personification.
Nice job.
There. Oh, that was beautiful. I love
Beautiful.
the
Wow.
idea. The
Beautiful.
idea of the
Beautiful.
tonic of being a her. That was beautiful.
This is
Yeah.
this is
Beautiful,
a
beautiful,
poetry
beautiful, beautiful.
poetry month, man.
Do I?
Already, huh?
Oh,
The daughter
yes,
of
indeed.
I'm not
Krypton.
sure.
Yeah,
Oh, yes,
that was
indeed.
beautiful.
Good stuff.
This is what it's about, folks. Like, this is all year we wait for this, right? Like, you gear up for it, you amp up for it, you ramp up for it, and then you get it all out, right? And Finn Bell came with a comic book. I told you, I said resident superhero, and she comes with her own comic book, which is a dope idea, by the way. Just putting that on your plate. Carry every unrealized dream. If that doesn't sound like a mother in every iteration, right? Said the weeping willow, or is she a pepper tree? I feel I've known her past reincarnation. Talk this man up, make him redwood mighty. What? What? Make him redwood mighty? I do not ask to confer her name. She said, I'll throw the door wide open and let the world in. Like, yeah. Novels also. Just another little idea to, put in the basket, take it with you. Thank you for doing what you do and continuing to share it with us. Amazing with what you do. Again, make sure you are plugging in with FinBell and Fincabulary. All they do, they will definitely plug you into something. 100%. Appreciate you. All right. Coming up next, this incredible poet. I just love yelling at her because she likes to, not come around sometimes. However, every time she does come back, she's always got something on deck. So as usual, damn it, Dominique, where you been? But it is great to see you. Looking forward to hearing what you have brought this evening. Let the folks know where they can find you. Again, great to see you. Please take it away.
So great to see you, Elemental, and all of you beautiful poets. I'm so glad to be here. It's truly a blessing to just share this space with all of you amazing people. You can find me on Instagram at @DTruthAndLove. And tonight, I got new shit. It's kind of short. The title is Imagination's Playground. My imagination, vivid and voracious, has always been a loyal friend and confidant. They always have my back when I'm in a pinch. Imagination combined with my innate curiosity allows me to create worlds within worlds in a stench. In the shower, my imagination tends to run wild, literal streams of consciousness downloads, gently cascading onto my skin, wet, warm kisses from the universe. As each drop dives down, I hear them call. Do you desire to plunge into the deep? Or do you wish to take a surface level seat? The choice is yours. My curiosity always leads me to dive deep into the infinite waters. Only 5% of the ocean deep has been explored, so it is, I imagine, with imagination. Imagination is constantly growing, expanding, ever-changing, undulating, and thriving. Imagination is unquantifiable. No limits constrain their boundless might. They are concocting and conjuring all day and all night. Imagination, the predecessor of dreams, ideas, concepts, and notions, absurd or rational. Imagination knows no bounds. In imagination's domain, creativity abounds. Creativity is imagination's playground. I gleefully accept their invitation to plop down in the sandbox, dig my little fingers into the rich first house sand. I revel in their avant-garde plan. Imagination is a lifelong resident of Never Neverland, blessed to not agonize over adulting. They remind me to not be so serious. Add a pop of color and joy to the day-to-day mundane. Whatever one can think of, no matter how bizarre or sane, imagination has got you covered when you enter their domain. I strongly believe that thoughts are things, thoughts manifest. That's why I practice what Yeshua preached and take my thoughts captive. So I submit to imagination's daring schemes. I rip the cap off my wildest dreams. Imagination never ceases to amaze me.
What? Let's go. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Dominique Cole.
Yes. Yes.
Wonderful.
Damn.
Yeah,
the
great,
speed bag.
The
amazing.
delivery
Oh.
is just so
Oh,
enchanting.
that
the
was
speed
really
bag.
inspiring, I tell you.
Yeah.
Powerful, powerful,
Awesome.
powerful
Yes.
approach to the theme. Powerful indeed.
Wow.
That was dope.
Wow.
Love it. Just
Wow.
love it.
Thank you, gratitude, thank you.
Listen, I think
Wow.
that's beneficial, folks. I think again, like I said, I think it's beneficial for you to hear your peers and know how they feel about you and actually hear them say it. First of all, for those who may not be well versed in the etiquette of it, but every time someone says those two words together, your reaction should be like mine. She said this was new shit, right? And your reaction should be like just like mine. New shit. Every single time, everywhere you go, that is the etiquette. That's how it goes. All right. So listen, Dominique, Imagination's Playground is where I learned that I am a monster and incredible. And inspiration is the only place that I can actually be that. You said Imagination's Playground, I was in, right? Loyal friend and confidant, create worlds within worlds. Like, come on. Like, I just thought that was me, honestly, for a long time. I just thought I was the only person doing that. But yo, that is something so heavy, right? Plunge to the deep or take a surface level seat. Come on. Only 5% of the ocean floor has been explored, right? Imagination is unquantifiable, no doubt. It's the predecessor of dreams. Come on. Plop down in the sandbox. When was the last time anybody plopped down in the sandbox and did anything other than, man, that's expensive? Like, for real. I revel in their avant-garde plan. Come on. Add a pop of color. Man, that's just what I believe artists are. We are the pop of color in this world. Thank you, Dominique. Don't be a stranger. Appreciate you coming through with that new shit. Make sure you are plugging in with Dominique Coley. All right, coming up next, another cat that I get to yell at because every time he comes through, he tears it apart. But it's been a minute. Listen, I always love hearing your work. The one and only James Hamilton in the building. It is always great to see you, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. Come on, man. Take it away.
I dropped everything in the chat, but I wanted to say here, my 5th book, Impressions of a Bougie Homeless Guy, is out for 2 days now. Doing well. So you can get it at either one of those. If there'll be links and stuff out there for you to go there. And my apologies. Last time I was on here, I told you I was going to be out, soldier the word, on the road, doing what I do. And this is the first Thursday I've had off since February. So as soon as I get back, I'm back home this week. I'm back home. And then I'm out 28 appearances in the next 7 weeks, sharing the word. So I got a poem for you tonight about puppets. It's called Sins of a Marionette. Bukowski said, pull a string and the puppet moves. But puppets are just puppets, humans without the freedom to choose. With a hand up their hole, inferring motivation, fast and slow, articulating when they move. And the dummies are the ones who sit on our laps, spoon-fed propaganda, elementary baby mash, all salacious rap. Pantograph marionettes, though, walk the streets. Carbon copies affecting cause and effect. Slack-jawed, free and at a loss for strings. Mouthless, soulless, programmed, blabbering and contrived ventriloquists, stomping like kings. Shadowless, they sin while they creep through alleyways, urban corridors, farmland fields, mountains, Lady Liberty's breast, and wispy clouds of metropolitan exhalation breath, stepping over dope rigs, paper and plastic bottles, food wrappers, bags, straws, and trash, using, consuming, fuming about what they want, what they don't have yet. They take without concern, admiring through their wooden eyes, oblivious as millions of years of planets smolder, boil, and burn. And all they see are human trivialities, anti-Semitism, racial and gender unrest, gentrification, rich versus poor, subjective inequalities, or government mandates, tariffs, import, export, taxes, interest rates, inflation, editorial opinions, digital communication, subsidies, food cards, unemployment, political rhetoric, the oil and gas and batteries they need to get there or anywhere, and then pissed off about being there. The clerk at the gas station was rude. I got stuck in traffic. Weed ain't legal here, dude. My order was wrong at the drive-thru. Charlie got COVID and might die. My kid gets bullied at school. I can't pay my bills and I can barely afford food. The moon landing is a lie. Get up, go to sleep, and in between, follow the rules. I can't stop stealing so I can get high. No spark, DoorDash is late. My coffee is cold. Every day I carpool to work with people I hate. The internet is down. Tinder doesn't work and I can't get a date. Rent is too high and I can't find a place. Damn it. None of it matters if the planet dies.
Give everybody just a second to catch their breath on that one. Damn it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for James Hamilton.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
the
dude.
passion.
Wow.
Wow,
Come back
Passion
home.
is
There,
just
wailing it,
insane.
Come
man.
back
Just
home.
total
Wow.
wailing it.
wow.
Oh
That was
man,
on.
like
That
the
was on,
way
Dave.
Wow.
that
Yeah,
outpouring
that was
of
on.
emotion and
Yeah.
such powerful,
Thank
words that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was
Thank you.
amazing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
See that.
That's real deal.
Thank you, Michael Sindler. No doubt about it. That is how you come home and say, "Hey, I've been away for a minute, but I'm here. I'm here." You know what I mean? It's that energy, right? It's the energy that we have, that we've shared with each other, that continues to keep us coming to this place, right? And I'm thankful. I'm thankful that you know that you are part of this energy, right? All of you. But I'm speaking specifically to James. But all of you, understand. You know what I mean? I know you got a whole lot of things. Listen, congratulations on the book. Put it back up in the screen, please. Because listen, it was dope. Listen, with the black, with the yo, that's fire, right? And then the title, okay? And then the title. Super dope, man. Super dope. In the piece, Sins of a Marionette, like I just love how many depths that even that has, just in the title. You know what I mean? He said they're articulating when they move, right? Carbon copies affecting cause and effect. Right? Human trivialities, right? Them government subsidies, man, they sure take many forms. People get this. My order was wrong in the drive-through. Yeah, I feel you. Get up, fall asleep, in between, follow the rules. Come on. Like when are you supposed to live between those three? When do you live? Thank you. Listen, be careful on your tour. Have a great time and make sure you leave it on every single mic you touch. Appreciate you for coming through. Looking forward to hearing you next time too. All right. Storytellers in the building. Coming up next, This cat right here, I'm telling you, if you don't know, you about to find out. I like to call him the Vincent Price of poetry, the one and only Ike Waltz in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Ike. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
The unfinished spoken word and God. Little gods, empires, corruption, and the tyranny on the dinner table, lamenting the decline of Pax Americana. God divided God into many little gods to protect man's favorite activity, war. Ever since war we are won and lost, God apparently refuses to pick favorites. He retreated to pray for himself. As for the Second Amendment, ever since long ago, God blesses the progress of killing machines, like that deadly gun, and man stands his God-given patch of ground. It became the right of man, not God, to win and lose empires, mostly driven by greed, religion, righteousness, and a perverse urge for power. That's why we still invest in the next war. Even the American exceptionalism fell into the trap of imperialism, or man's right to carry a gun and declare war. James Thomas Jefferson said, in deism, God is neither a protector nor a provider. He is a distant, detached creator who refrains from interfering in the affairs of men. Well, rise and fall, now considered the American dream, after all. Let us look at the fall of some of the most popular empires. The Roman Empire lasted approximately 2,115 years. Corruption and different factors contributed to the fall of the Roman Empire. They included inequality between the rich and the poor, detachment of local elites from public life, etc. The Mongol Empire lasted approximately 162 years. The Great Mongol State was physically the second largest empire in history. The decline of the Mongols has been attributed to corruption by the non-tax-paying Mongol elite stealing from the tax-paying local people. The Russian Empire lasted approximately 196 years, 721 when the Russian Senate conferred the title of Emperor of all the Russias upon Peter I. An awesomely wealthy and corrupt Tsarist regime ruled Russia, whilst the country largely consisted of extremely poor peasants. Putin's corrupt autocracy ruthlessly tries to resurrect that old empire. The British Empire lasted approximately 390 years. Economic downfall of the largest empire ever was caused by increased military expenditure. The money used in these wars came from the British colonies, a super rich upper class. The Han dynasty in China lasted approximately 470 years. The main cause for the Han collapse was due to the government's failure to govern properly and efficiently. The bureaucracy grew corrupt and lived for pleasure rather than duty. The Persian Empire lasted approximately 1,800 years. The Persian Empire is the name given to a series of dynasties centered in the modern-day Iran. Corruption caused revolts and economic depression. Also, the Persian kings began to hoard gold and silver, which created more economic problems. The Pharaoh period lasted approximately 2,620 years. The most important issue of the fall was the erosion of the authority of the Pharaoh and the accompanying growing power of the corrupt nobility and priesthood. And now the American Empire, which began approximately 1890. According to the historian Richard Immerman, America is and always has been an empire. American imperialism is a term that refers to the economic, military, and cultural influence of the United States on other countries. American imperialism experienced its pinnacle from the late 1800s through the years following World War II. During this age of imperialism, the United States exerted political, social, and economic control over countries such as the Philippines, Cuba, Germany, Austria, Korea, and Japan. Today, we have the Worldwide Governance Indicator, originally created for the US-controlled World Bank. Starting in 1996, the WGI covers over 200 countries, territories, measuring 6 dimensions of governance: voice and accountability, political stability, government effectiveness, regulatory quality, rule of law, and control of corruption. Per 2017, the United States has the 16th largest least corrupt nation. In my opinion, this is a misleading statement, as legalized corruption, which is popular in the USA, is considered corruption in many other WGI member countries. For example, lobbying is an integral part of the US government and political discourse. The right to lobby is protected by both the First Amendment and the Lobbying Disclosure Act of 1995. In my opinion, corruption, even when legalized under the mantle of the First Amendment, is still corruption. How about political fundraising, which is suspiciously corrupt? SCOTUS, lack of accountability, no term limit, the corrupt, unequal law for all. These are many minefields of corruption ruthlessly exploited. The education or trust in government is profoundly questioned. The dusk of Pax Americana. By the official end of the 16-year war in Vietnam, the economic consequences of this war exposed an important turning point. The end of Pax Americana and the outright hegemonic position of American imperialism in the world economy. From then on, we can talk about the relative decline of the US empire relative to other past imperialist powers, with the economic rise of the European countries, Japan, East Asia, and more recently China. Despite the collapse of the Soviet Union, the end of the Cold War did not reverse, even curb that relative decline. Summary: the US no longer can rule the world on its own, even with the help of a coalition of the willing. It cannot dictate the world order anymore. Remember, all the past empires collapsed on greed and corruption. The American empire, barely 160 years, and we are already experiencing its decline. A 21st century version of American exceptionalism has not emerged as of yet. And I'm waiting desperately for the 21st century American dream. And so history keeps repeating itself. My advice: yes, children are our future. Just don't let them grow up. Happy Poetry Month.
He said, just don't let them grow up. You know, that's all. Just don't let them grow up. Unmute yourself. Give it up for
That's my favorite line right there.
Woo! Brilliant.
Don't let them grow up.
Brilliant.
Read
Happy
history lesson.
Poetry Month.
Brilliant.
Happy Poetry
tonight.
Month, Ike.
Yes.
Man,
Oh, that was awesome.
connect those dots, man.
You know, like that was an entire outline of a master class for a history course, right? He listen, this is what I love about creative beings. We never say numbers without verifying them. Are you kidding? Right? First of all, he called it Pax Americana. He said they split God into many little gods, right? To protect man's favorite activity. War. Get the juices flowing, right? War. American exceptionalism fell victim to imperialism. Now consider the American. So the Romans ruled for 2,115 years. The Mongol was 162 years. The Russians were 196 years. The British were 390 years, right? China was 470 years. The Persians, 185 years. I believe it was the Egyptians that you said, 2,621 years, something like that. Yeah. Listen, artists don't say like that without knowing for a fact. Legal corruption is here, people. You just call Lobby. American exceptionalism. Listen, you're amazing, sir. Thank you for continuing to do what you do and being a mainstay of our community. We truly, truly appreciate you. All right. After the team gets down, I'm gonna pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoomverse. Coming up next. Listen, I don't know if I want to just call these two our resident tag team, our resident doubles champions. But they're about to do it again, right? And I see the morning Tonka graphic, like I'm here for it, and I'm sure that the community is here for it. The one and only Dane Ince, and again, the one and only Mercedes Duggar in the building. Let these folks know where they can find y'all. We are so excited to hear what you have for us this evening. Please take it away. Great to see you both.
It's great to be here. Oh, look at that. I'm going to actually be able to find this.
Right.
There we go. Here. This is what's, look over here. There. Okay. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
All right. Little executive nibbles here. Go ahead.
Okay. Found myself crying for what seemed like no reason. Something is touching on emotional hotspots I need to identify. Introspective day, coming to realize that to make a new start, old skeletons in closets need to be tossed out at last.
We carry our scars. Yesterday pays for today. Ancestors flow. We dream we are free from them on our own, never alone.
Mask of confidence, worn so you never suspect, my Achilles heel. You told me not to hold back, tell you what is on my mind.
Knowing I feel you, feeling body on body, mask obscure nothing. Love cast aside our disguise, in our arms no place to hide.
My most hidden shame that I try so hard to hide, loathing my body, never tell you reasons why, never let you see me cry.
We cannot tame this being beast we ride upon, shackles falling free, love sees you hiding alone, no crying, loathing lives there.
Your soul speaks the truth, and the beauty of your words penetrates my heart, never ceasing to amaze how your brilliance dazzles me. I always felt smart, but never felt beautiful. I played to my strengths, developed my intellect and my artistic talent.
I do this in love, hold you near, hear you, see you, celebrate us, you. God is born liminally, mountaintop meets edge of sky.
Self-image shattered into a million pieces, slowly chipped away. What kind of selfish monster breaks a person down like that?
Building with broken things, this house, this mansion, this home, keep away winter, hearth mosaic, fireplace warm, winter monsters melt like snow.
Little by little, my tender heart turned to stone. I could not feel love. Resigned to a living death, zombie-like I walked through life.
Sparkle like diamonds, all our facets come from pain, shaped so we glitter, our tongues on tongues, rain tastes like honey, senses filled with petrichor.
Then when I was freed, I did not know what to do. I buried my pain with copious amounts of smoking, eating, and drinking.
I want to get drunk, fill my senses with you. I am the shot glass, mescal, fill me, lover's dream. We are always free to be.
Spent the next 10 years not examining my life, seeking distractions to keep my mind occupied, my feelings anesthetized.
Clouds, shadows, ocean, illusions, setting us free. Question the answer, interrogate the heartbeat. Each answer is a new one.
Now I find myself in my 6th decade of life, in love with a man unlike any I have known, who brings me such happiness.
A woman in love, we start again, going on. This path is unknown. I came here just to find you, not knowing I become love.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, everybody.
Yo, that last line, that was a damn woo. Unmute yourself, give it up for Dane, Ince, and Mercedes Duggar.
Thank you so much
That was
for what
powerful.
y'all do.
Beautiful,
I
beautiful,
never get tired of
beautiful,
hearing any
beautiful.
of those
Beautiful
lines.
union
People need to get the book so they
poetry.
can actually just
Go
read them out and
lay
enjoy them on their own.
Wow.
down.
We need
Wow.
more
That's awesome
power
to
We
see
are
duets
the
like
two
not.
of
that.
them going
Thank
back to
you.
back
Yeah,
right after
Yeah,
another.
that
That's
back to
awesome.
back was beautiful
yeah,
Wow.
and well timed.
yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
It's great to see real love poetry with all the heart right there.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Real love poetry. I like how you said that, Michael Sandler. Real love poetry, right? Because when it comes off as in the love that you have for someone, not trying to create a love to write about, it sounds like something is touching on emotional hotspots. Yesterday pays for tomorrow. I believe Mercedes said a mask of confidence, and then Dane goes, body on body, mask obscure nothing. Like, come on, really? Like, love sees you hiding alone. How your brilliance dazzles me. What? Listen, flattery gets you everywhere. Just saying. I do this in love. Mountaintop meets edge of sky. Come on, man. That's mythical. Right? That's just saying. Building with broken things. I'm gonna leave it at that. I am the shot glass. I just need you to dig into that. Like I don't know if I want that line or what, but that shit right there, I am the shot glass. Whoo, whoo. Pour me another. Matter of fact, leave the bottle. Appreciate y'all really for doing what you do. Your love is beautiful. Thank you for sharing it with us. Truly. All right. Before we move on, I am going to pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoom verse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it. You should be. Ron, how you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling okay. I'm still swaying in this beautiful collaboration, and I think I don't know if I heard somebody saying a power couple. Yeah, you guys are just amazing, And I also want to remind everyone, we used to do collaborations here, and you don't have to be a power couple necessarily. You can just be, performers here. Part of the community. So please, we always welcome, any collaboration. But Dane and Mercedes, you guys just rock. We thank you for your support, everyone else's support. We love you. It's just amazing to hear that. So thank you, Elemen2al, again for hosting another beautiful week here. Another great theme. Happy National Poetry Month, everyone. It is April. The year is going on. It's just amazing. So we thank everyone for continuing to participate here, whether you're listening, whether you're performing. We appreciate everyone. I'm going to start out with this slide here first. That has all the links for the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I am Ron Mark Thompson. I am part of the programs and operations team, and I'm also working as your tech assistant here. If you want to, find out everything that we do at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, visit our website, go to our social media channels, where, by the way, we are also live streaming our online open mics here on our YouTube, Facebook, and X Poets, formerly Twitter feed. I put our executive director's social media handles here, as well as our online open mic host Elemen2al, or you can go to our link tree. And if you want to ensure that our online open mics continue to be free, feel free to go to our contribute page on our website to donate. I know that many of you, when you get your free artist RSVP ticket, you also donate right there. We appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Every dollar counts. On that note, as you are aware, our building on East 3rd Street in Manhattan is currently closed. We are about to finish the clearing out of all the floors, because as you can see here, we do actually have 5 floors, but we couldn't use the upper 3 floors for the last, decade or even more, because it's a hazard up there, so that's why we got the grant from New York City. They are going to reconstructing the building. Only the brick walls will stand. Inside, everything will be taken down. An elevator will be added. We are expanding from 1 stage to 2 stages, workshop rooms. It's going to get expanded a little bit further to the back. The backyard will be beautified. So many amazing things are coming up. Last week, we had the official groundbreaking ceremony. That's what the picture on the left is. It was raining, so we had to take the dirt box inside. And again, in the next few weeks, my team and our executive director and our volunteers, we're going to finish the clearing out, and then we will hand over the keys to the city so they can officially start the construction. And they actually told us during the groundbreaking ceremony last week that they believe the construction will finish in 2 instead of 3 years. So we're gonna hold them onto that. We did live stream the groundbreaking ceremony on our Instagram Live. If you look at the post from last week, you can rewatch that video, if you wanna see what was going on there. But in the meantime, as you know, we're going to continue our programs at other venues throughout Manhattan and New York City, including our Nuyorican Bowery Poetry Slams every Monday. J-Rose will be hosting this coming Monday, and I'm happy to report that Matthew Merrick Green will return a week and a half from now. Last week it was a DJ Luna Rosa, who also happens to be our new DJ at the Final Friday Slam. So as you can see, all of us are wearing different hats, supporting our community and making sure that all of our events are well received, by everyone in the community. That's every Monday evening. Then on the final Friday of each month, Tony McPherson hosts the Final Friday Slam, which includes DJ as well as a feature, and the winners from the Monday Bowery Slams, plus other poets who would like to slam. And then, the winner of the final Friday goes on to compete in the Grand Slam at the end of the year. That happens at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater in Times Square, which is in Midtown Manhattan. You can get tickets through this link, the QR code there. We are also continuing our open mics at the Lois Cider Center, which is on 9th Street. Yesterday, we had our most recent Women Orators Wednesday on every first Wednesday of the month. Our new host, Felicia Kate, aka Rice Felicia, is continuing to host that. The next one will be May 1st, which is also May Day. And on the 2nd and 4th Wednesday of the month, Supreme will continue hosting his open mic at the Lois Cider Center. And that one, just like the WOW open mic and the online open mic, is for any style, whether it's poetry, comedy, music, or short stories. So come on out for that. We are continuing our free teenager open mics together with Writopia Lab at the P&T Knitwear Bookstore, which is on Orchard Street, not that far from the cafe. And this is new. If you saw our social media posts already, congratulations, you're already aware of this. So there are going to be more free events this month. Next Friday on the 12th of April, the widow of the Nuyorican Poets Cafe's co-founder, Reverend Pedro Petri, the widow Margarita, she is a wonderful visual artist. She will be at the Edgar Allan Poe Cottage, which is in the Bronx. It is a museum, the actual house where Edgar Allan Poe used to live. And there will be an opening event for her exhibit, together with some of the poetry and children's books which Pedro Petri actually wrote. So this will all be there. We at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe will be there as well, and so will our executive director Labrua. That one is free, April 12th, 6 p.m. in the Bronx, if you can make it. We will try to live stream this to IG. We will try our best, but if you're in New York City, come on through, go to the Bronx. If you've never been to the Edgar Allan Poe Cottage, I recommend a beautiful, beautiful museum. And then back in the Lower East Side, the week thereafter, on Thursday, April 18th, the New York Public Library will be celebrating with us. And the event is called East Village in Music and Words. Labrua will host together with Bonafide and Dassault. That one is free. If you go to the if you go to the New York Public Library's website, all you have to do is RSVP, and you will get your free ticket for that April 18th, 6 p.m. And I'm not done yet. There's another free event. We're gonna go outdoors. Yes, can you believe it's spring now? You know, it is April after all. The Battery Park City Authority, which is in Lower Manhattan, is sponsoring a wonderful event that we will be hosting called Poetry NL Park, or Poetry in the Park, namely in Battery Park City, which is Rockefeller Park, which is at the west end of Chambers Street in Battery Park City. That one is Saturday, April 13th, 3 p.m. Labrua will be there. She will also host. We have Bonafide and Flaco. There will be drums. We're going to have a percussion open mic. We're going to try something different this time. If, God forbid, it rains on that Saturday, the event will move 2 blocks south into the Poets House, where we have been there before. And whether it's outdoors or if the rain forces us to go indoors, it will be free. You do not need to RSVP. Just bring your family, bring yourself, show up, and enjoy the music and poetry with us on that day. And I'm also happy to report New York City Poetry Festival by the Poetry Society of New York. And yes, the Nuyorican Poets Cafe this year will be present there. We will have a vendor/merchandise table, and we will be performing as well. It is the 13th annual New York City Poetry Festival. It used to be at the end of July. This year, the Poetry Society is holding it in mid-July, which is on Saturday, July 13th and Sunday, July 14th. It is on Governor's Island, which is off the south tip of Manhattan. There are ferries from both Manhattan as well as Brooklyn that go there. It is 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. both days. It is free. You do not need an admission ticket. You do have to pay the ferry ticket though to get across, because there is no tunnel or street or bridge that goes there. But the Nuyorican Poets Cafe will be there both days at the table, and on Sunday, July 14th at 5 p.m. we will be on the main stage for half an hour, showcasing our best poets. So come on out for that if you can make that. And of course, the online open mic continues in Zoom every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. As Elemen2al says at the beginning of each of the online open mics, you can get your artist RSVP ticket the day before, 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. If you didn't have a chance to get your ticket, then just ask to be on the good luck round, which we will get to after we go through the guaranteed list. Also, we have extended the recorded stage play of the Shine Challenge 2024, written by Ishmael Reed. It is available until mid-April. You can still get your tickets for that on our ticket site. I put all those links in the chat a little bit earlier. Also, check out the Bowery Poetry Club. They are now they have added a new open mic called Out of the Box, which is a open mic / poetry series every first Tuesday of the month. They just had it 2 days ago. Next one will be May 7th. They are also continuing with their multilingual open mic, which is hosted by Marcos de la Fuente. Next one is next Tuesday, April 9th. Rice Felicia, our museum open mic host and our Women Orator Wednesdays host, she also is hosting workshops at the home of Langston Hughes on 127th Street in Harlem, New York City, which is every Saturday 2 to 4 p.m. Check that one out. And last but not least, save the date, Sunday, May 26th in the Lower East Side Avenue C. The Lois Cider Center will be hosting their annual Lois Cider Festival, and we, the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, will be there as well. We also will be at the National Puerto Rican Day Parade again this year, so just FYI, that one is on the second Sunday in June. Follow us on all of our organizations, to stay tuned for any other programs that will be coming up. But let us now go back to our next performer, coming all the way from London. And Lantern, I need to ask you, because you've been pretty constant coming to the New York City Poetry Festival every year. Are you planning to come this year as well?
I'm not sure. Financially, it might be a bit difficult, but I'm still working on it.
Sounds good. Hey, you have a community here. We can always open like a GoFundMe, or donations, because you are always such a light, literally a light carrier, and your presence, whether it's online or in person, is always appreciated. You're welcome. In the meantime, I'm glad you're back with us here online. Lantern, you know how it goes. Let everyone know where we may find you, and then the next 3 minutes are all yours. Welcome back.
Thank you, my dearest brother. History's narrative flows from self-interest, hitchhiking on the greed of cold corporate imperialism. It is tainted in the crimson stain of divide and conquer, purely because the conquerors want to keep their victims controlled and subjugated. The enslaved feed into the mindset of the master puppeteers, and so indigenous griots has traditionally used the oral art of storytelling, drums, codes via animals, tree markings, dance, the preservation of artifacts and scrolls to escape this mindset. They shed light on the vast richness of the past, courage, inventions, farming, and sacrifice. They speak of the Americas, even while avarice exalts God's blessings for states creating maps, displaying a liberty, equality, and freedom still invisible to those in fetters or chains. Vespucci and Columbus told their own stories, with conquerors pulling the strings, explorers directing puppets, themselves exploited by the callous, cold-hearted, and dark souls that they served. One set of history tells us that Jesus was blonde and blue-eyed, while the true keepers of the historical keys tell us otherwise. We see the burning of records, the hidden suppression of great inventors, the black generals of World War II made to become invisible. We hear a false narrative being spun of why African diamonds are still in Western palaces and museums. The First Nations were expert farmers, astrologers, and extremely intuitive. They could predict rain, songs, violent change in weather conditions, studied astronomy and anthropology. Maoris had signed historical parchments which protected their rights. The Aborigines were not so lucky and are still striving to reclaim historical land on heritage rightfully theirs. Africans sacrificed for equality and freedom. We hear little of Nat and Sojourner, but the spirit of Harriet, Martin, Mandela, the visionaries of the East like Gandhiji, Netaji, and Sun Yat-sen could not be conquered, yet history lies on the laps of the oppressors. We see the lushness and beauty of a continent being carved, a history becoming so divisive that many have forgotten the original values of Ubuntu, Umoja, and Amani. Souls keep coming, though, fueled by the eloquence of griot with burning lights. Stone walls do not a prison make, No iron bars a cage. Truth ultimately reveals itself, woven from the blood of shamans who channel spirit, so the light will inevitably emerge. O historians, you painted our story in black and scarlet, erasing our images, usurping our women and men for human traffic, land resources and strategic locations. Yet we survived the boisterous waves, even as evolution drives a history repeating itself, still seemingly favoring the victors. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
Hence the reason I call this cat the most eloquent writer I know. Unmute yourself, give it up for Lantern Carrier.
That was amazing.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
We gotta open up this GoFundMe so that he could come to New York and perform, y'all.
Yes, yes. We would be blessed to have you here in our
I miss listening to your voice.
Wherever you are is blessed space as far as I'm concerned.
I got to see him last summer.
Oh, what? Lantern and Joski in the same space? What?
Well, yeah, at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, right before it closed down.
Exactly what Skiff just wrote there. Just epic history and so quickly.
Listen, I've been trying to say all night, right? The storytellers are in the building, right? And this incredible gentleman all the way across the pond came through with another history lesson, right? Like he just was reading it off artifacts and scrolls himself, right? The vast richness of the past comes through in your voice every time, sir. True keepers of historical keys, right? You mentioned African diamonds. Like, come on, man. Even that word, even those two words together sparkle. Just come on. Right? The heritage that's rightfully theirs. Right? We don't talk about Nat and Sojourner, right? Don't always do that. Right? History lies on the lap of the oppressors. He mentioned Ubuntu, Umoja, and Imani. Kwanzaa principles. I implore you to check them out. Incredible, incredible Lantern. Thank you for staying up wicked late to hang out with us and share your incredible work with us. We truly, truly appreciate you, sir. And if you can get to the Poetry Festival, that would be dope. I'm thinking about trying to make my way there too. We shall see. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right. Before I move on, of course, make sure you show your love for Ron Mark Thompson. That dude's incredible all over the place. Listen, make sure you send your positive energy to Ron. I'm telling you, man. We could all use some positive energy. Make sure you send some to Ron, right? Thank you. Thank you, Ron, for all that you do, man. I'm telling y'all, I wouldn't be able to do what I do if Ron didn't do what he does. And he does it. Dope, as always. Thank you, Ron. Truly, man. Thank you. All right. Coming up next, shout out the educators in the building. This incredible mom has helped to bring her daughter back to a place that she can smile and feel great. And she can just, the look on your face, when you know that Jules is okay. We are thankful. We continue to pray for Julia in her recovery and her health as well as yours. We are grateful that you have taken the time to hang out with us. The one and only Marianne Teft in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. The pleasure is mine. Julia thanks you as well. Good evening, RMT and poet friends. I'm on theme this evening with a poem that was inspired by the story of an astronomer in 10th century Syria. She's known as Mariam al-Astrolabi, and the poem is called Astrolabe. Before I became a girl whose gaze searched for infinity, I walked with my father in the fragrant market, fingers interwoven like the knots of my mother's rug, eyes carefully fixed on the corrugated street, that I would not lose my way among the spires that sliced the clouds. Maybe you do not know, my father named me for the sea and the ancient river that cradle the once shining city of my birth. Among all the drops that fill the oceans of the world, I always knew I was beloved, for I was allowed to hold the universe in my hands and look beyond the circumscribed fate of those who would become our daughters, toward the place where you can read my name indelibly written among the stars. Thank you.
Listen, between everything made of stars and now she's got stardust in her pen just writing poems nowadays, huh?
Yes.
So give it up for Marianne.
Nice. Awesome.
Beautiful, Marianne.
Yes.
Awesome. Beautiful.
Writing the
Beautiful,
balance
beautiful,
there too.
beautiful.
More
Love
female
that the title
history. Yes.
is like someone you would think is obscure, you know, like an astronomer from Syria, you know, that's quite the choice there.
Well, so much of what we know as far as astronomy and all came from women, and we hear way too many male voices instead.
That's true too. Yes.
Listen, if you leave it up to some historians, there were no stars until Copernicus saw them. Said, hey, there's some things up there that twinkle a little bit. Maybe we should give them names. Listen, 10th century Syria. I love educators. I love educators, right? Because they go back, right, and tell you, oh, you think you know some things, right? And let me tell you where your inspiration came from. Your inspiration came from a cat who was inspired by a cat who was inspired by this cat. Made you an astro lady whose gaze searched for infinity. My father named me for the sea and the river. I always knew I was beloved. That's just magic, for real. Thank you, Marianne. Again, shout out Jules. Hopefully she is getting better by the day, stronger every day. Appreciate you. Real quick, let me shout out Bonnie Soloway. She wasn't able to make it this evening, but we are sending her positive energy. I see AC Cluley in the building. Appreciate you. Jenny was here also. Truly appreciate y'all for rocking with us. I see Sri Lal in the building also, right? Thank you so much for rocking with us. These folks are not on the list, folks, but they have just came to share their energy with us. Everyone else, you know, they'll probably rock with us at some point this evening. So, coming up next, listen. I'm surprised he didn't find his way all the way at the bottom as he normally does. But he's here, and I'm looking forward to whatever this cat does. He always seems to be like on his feet with this book, and I love the nostalgia aspect of that. It reminds me of, you know, Lost Poets type, where cats had to open their book to read their poems. You know what I'm saying? The one and only Prince of P is in the building. Let these folks know what is really good, Prince of P. It is always great to see you, man. Come on, take it away.
I'll read one poem, two poems actually. It's called Daylight Eyes. Daylight Eyes. Daylight Eyes penetrating countless souls along his way, always wagering war between love and hate, or give and hate, or give and take. It's a battle to choose. He's looking for the blue clues, deciding if someone is a man's boy or the lady with the blues. Those daylight eyes need to query further, show them eye proof, and they won't be deceived by what they receive. That's the first poem. The next poem is dedicated about York, who traveled with Lewis and Clark, the black guy that traveled. And York, imagine being York, the frontierman who helped guide the corpse of discovery into the frontier on a long, treacherous journey to the Northwest. At best, he was the nucleus and the nexus between the indigenous and them. You can never discount the value he added. Friends could tell you that, so much so they called him Big Medicine. He even saved William Clark and Sacagawea from the depths of gender. Valuable to many, worthy of praise. His loyalty was gold. He was a shimmering and glowing sunshine. Sunshine on America's trail of truth. More like moonlit because he glowed in the afterlife. That's all I wrote so far.
I told y'all, I'm telling you, every time he got that book in his hand, it's something about that. I'm telling you. Unmute yourself, give it up for Principe.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
As usual.
That's how you do, man. Like, I appreciate that so much because you are so dedicated to what you do. And that is the only way that you get better, sir. That's the only way that your skills stay sharp is because you keep sharpening them. That's it. Every time you come up here and you open that manuscript, it is exactly that. Even with the daylight eyes, right? War between love and hate, man, I don't know if that war is ever going to end, honestly. Looking for the Blues Clues. Doesn't matter who's hosting. I'm still looking for the Blues Clues. I love how you brought up York, right? It's not, like it's Peter, Paul, and Mary, right? Creedence Clearwater Revival. It probably should have been Lewis, Clark, and York. However, they called him Big Medicine. Like I'm pretty sure Shaquille O'Neal is like, damn it, why didn't I think about that one? the Big Medicine. Like, I love that. I love that. I think that's and he saved Sacagawea. Like the Big Medicine. I'm gonna remember that one for a minute. The Big Medicine. Appreciate you, Principe. Continue to do what you do, man. For real. For real. Continue to do what you do and share with us. Appreciate you. Coming up next, listen, our resident rhyme-orator, he gonna hit you with one, whether it's now or later, with his such a crazy rhyming behavior, but I guarantee you he's got a rhyme that's damn it on time all the time. The one and only Eddie Foreman in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Eddie, it's always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Thank you, our wonderful creative alligator. Woo! That's always a peacemaker and never a debater. All right. My name is Ed Potato, feeling fantastic. Please, anytime you can join my rhyme pop with Sublime. I got 2 pieces, so I won't take too much time. Well, this is on theme. This is called History Maker by Henry Brown. History maker, world shaker is what I want to be. Going places, seeing faces, making history. Stepping out, not afraid, coming up against the enemy. History maker, world shaker, that's what I want to be. Get up and go there. There's trouble everywhere. Find solutions to our problems is so very rare. No more talking cause all the talking's done. History maker, world shaker, I have already begun. Stand up for right, I am in a fight. Trying all my might to free them from their plight. History maker, world shaker, that's what I want to be. Helping people change, changing history. But I can't do it alone. I need someone to help do the job and get it done. Become a history maker starting here today. Be a world shaker. Follow me. I will show the way. Thank you. And I got one more. Happy Poetry Month. This is called Bare Naked Truth. We're exposed poets. We stand naked every day. Oh, come on, you know it. One shades any day. You know it, no denying it. Our emotions are full display. You have to quickly admit, we all write bare essays. Our words can really hit, flesh out inner gray. Yes, we're naked, don't quit, shine your golden ray. I know some feel sick, show the world the way. Hope we really click, show away the hardened clay. Keep crushing those bricks, help wherever going astray. Perform those emotional tricks, make the inner trauma delay. Give backbone for those pricks, make the thunderstorms decay. Chain or form of skeptics, acceptance, no more betrays. Support that man or chick, unshackle the collars of obey. Make your personality stick, give advice in life's disarrays. Remove those small annoying ticks, bare naked insight you betray. You're naked. Everything is okay. Thank you. Happy Poetry Month.
Yo, when it's just that simple, yeah, it's just that simple. You're naked. You're okay. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Eddie Foreman.
You made that look so easy. So easy. Look at you.
Happy Poetry Month, Eddie.
You too, my brother, like no other.
Eddie makes it look as easy as lemon squeezy. And he's been doing it. So just be easy. Be easy. Too much moving around, he might get queasy. Listen, we truly appreciate you. Eddie said a world shaker, history maker, right? Helping people change, changing history. Follow me. I will show you the way. Listen, man, you say that with the level of fervency, listen, you may end up with more followers than you ever thought. Trust. Bare naked truth. He said our emotions are on full display. Yeah, they tend to be, right? They tend to be. And that's why we're able to capture the things that we do. Make the thunderstorms decay. Yeah, when we get ready. When we get ready to, yeah, we can. Appreciate you, Eddie, for all that you do, man, for being a mainstay and staying rocking with us. All right, coming up next. Yeah. She has come back. She is now official with it. She has come back and she is ready to rip. I am so glad that you got it. And we are ready to hear from you.
I found
Angelina's in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you. Please take it away.
First and foremost, this is probably the only place you guys will find me and get exclusiveness because this is where I feel safe. First and foremost, happy Poetry Month. I took a different spin on our theme today. Talked about history. Okay, so 7 days. Took 7 days for the world to be created. And yet, 15 minutes of foreplay, 15 minutes of grinding and pushing, 5 minutes of, oh my God, damn shit, I'm coming, and another 3 to 5 days for the sperm to travel to the egg that housed generations upon generations of ofrendas, dirt under feet, working in orange groves for pennies on the dollar, braided ribbons in hair, tortillas on the comal, bruises on her face because the frijoles were cold because he was too busy fucking the waitress at the cantina. Talk about a Temu order delivery. 9 months it takes to form a life, a soul, an idea, a collab of two people sitting down at the table divvying up whether I get brown eyes or blue eyes, light skin or dark skin, curly hair or straight hair. All the while, they are passing under the table their diseases. Hey, Mom, thanks for the asthma. And Dad, I thank you for the constant self-competitive force that drives me to tell myself when I get a 95 on a test, fuck, I missed 5 points. Must be an idiot. 5 years. It took me to go to school with the lessons I learned at home. Because you know our parents are our first teachers. Teaching us how to cook, clean, say our names. Not tell anyone about the beating Mom got for not coming home on time. How to say, buenos dias, profesora. How to ignore the sucios on the corner who talk about how cute my vestida looks on my innocent body, how to not give the world the finger the way my dad did driving by the person who wasn't driving as fast as he wanted him to, or how my mom whispered her prayers in silence while tears fell from her face. 16 years. It took me a lesson that people are never who they say they are. While my friends were learning how to do the butterfly in basement parties or how to kiss their first loved ones, I was learning how to walk again after my assault. I learned that autistic children really do like Skittles, and their hits are their forms of communication. I was learning that cigarettes looked cool but tasted like shit when my mom made me eat the pack she found in my room. I learned that I am not the first person to experience a rape, but the first to report it, because how can you report your husband? 19 years old. I learned what love was. I learned that love came on 11/26 at 10 pounds, 19 inches long, and did not want to leave my home. I learned that the day he would be the only man in my life to this day to hold my heart and love me unconditionally. I learned that I don't have to have a partner to raise a child. I learned this day and again at 27 with my twins. They taught me it doesn't cost anything to love someone. They taught me that I am worthy of love. The point is, history is what we learned in the past, how we operate with it in the present, and how we share it to the future. The point of her story is that we take all these dark moments, those "take this, bitch," "you whore," "you'll never be anything but a scorned woman with kids," and make them the wrinkles on a dirty $100 bill found on the street. I may not look pretty, but you can still buy a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll with a salt, pepper, ketchup, and a coffee. I may not be perfect to you, but I am perfect to me. 41 years old. I learned that I can achieve a degree in human services. I learned that I am a fucking nerd with a 3.9 GPA. I learned that I can get a scholarship to help me pay for my education, and I learned that people like me can be in positions of power to change and support our fellow brothers and sisters to break the generational curses. I learned how to love me. I learned that we can take our histories and turn them into the do's and don'ts to create a new present plan and the foundation of a new future. I learned that we can turn all the negativity from our past into the positivity to see our future, because we all own the pencils that can write our stories. Because pencils have erasers. And even though they may be a residue on that sheet, it does not change that the eraser still has the power to erase. His story, her story, his story, and mine.
Welcome home, Angelina. That's exactly how you do it. Unmute yourself, give it up.
He totally kicked ass there, but
Wow,
you know,
yes.
it was such an incredible, important
So many
message.
powerful images.
You know, just
Thank
so
you.
much positivity, and you know, not just oh, this is going to be better, but like step by step showing how things really do. I mean, just all the nitty gritty. That was just a fantastic work.
And all that
Thank
history
you. Thank you.
Beautiful.
buried in
Doesn't
the
cost
egg.
anything to love
Beautiful.
somebody.
That's right. That's right. It doesn't cost anybody to love somebody.
You had so many bell-ringing lines in that poem and just so straight up real. Thank you very much. I'm
Yes.
glad you decided you found your home here.
Yeah, we love having
I
you
found my
here.
family.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate I really enjoy like coming here and getting to like hone in on that skill set and get out all the frustrations that come out during like all these years of keeping it silent. So now here we are.
Yeah, well,
Let it be
we're
heard.
so glad you're here. Can't even begin to
Thank
say.
you.
I thought that was so amazing how you went from the egg into the history. of all those people that carried in that egg. I mean, that
Yeah.
transition just blew my mind.
Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all are amazing. Like, has anyone told y'all that lately? Like, y'all are amazing. Like, I love y'all so much. So yes, you are home. And all of your contemporaries told you exactly that. All your family members just told you. Yeah, you are home. Passing under the table their diseases, right? Thanks for the asthma. That self-competitive force, yeah, it happens. Our parents are our first teachers. 100%. And they set the tone for how we learn everything else. Everything else. She said the sucios on the corner. That in every hood, in every place, there are sucios on the corner. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Dirty. They need to call it to catch a sucio. just it. Trying to learn how not to give the world the finger like my dad did. That was just the butterfly in the basement parties. Yeah, I don't know if all y'all got that one, but that was pretty beautiful. I learned that love can, right? The birth of the baby, right? Hold my heart and love me unconditionally. You'll never be anything but a scorned woman with kids. But, break the generational curses. We all own the pencils that can write our stories. That's what I like to say. Yes, we do write stories about ourselves and sometimes other people. And the worst thing that you could do is piss off a poet. Oh my God. Oh my God. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do yourself a favor. Don't do it. Stick yourself, Tony. Don't do it. Thank you, Angelina. Appreciate you for coming through. You definitely are home. Appreciate you. Real quick, let me shout out Poetic Desire in the building. What's up, East? And Leon Canson in the building. Appreciate y'all for coming through and sharing your energy with us this evening. This is just how we do. Coming up next, and listen, we have reached the last 5 folks on the guaranteed list. There are 3 folks on the good luck round. Let's get to it. Coming up next, the Baba is here. He's about to hit us with another incredible experience. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say maybe 3 instruments this evening, including his voice. Let's do it. It is always great to see you. Prepare yourself for the Ngome experience. Please take it away. Great to see you, brother. Can't hear you yet. Can't hear you yet. We need to hear all of it. We can't hear you yet. We getting there. Blammo. Take it away, sir.
Got 2 pieces. I don't want to waste no time. I'm getting right in it. Both pieces on theme. This is called Ghost of Harlem's Past, Babylon in Babylon. Harlem, oh Harlem, oh Harlem, my pen bleeds for you. Howling like a dog in heat on a full moon night, suffering root shock since the tree of life was bulldozed. Lost forever buried in concrete, invisible. Wandering like a lost soul trying to find its name. Battling extinction. Babbling on in Babylon, telling endless stories of the people and the places and the faces that they've seen, both in this life and the past. For the door to the past leads to the future, not to repeat the bitter with the sweet. Oh yes, I remember sweet. Like hot donuts from George's and bean pies and fish sandwiches from the Muslim steak and take when you got the munchies. School was at the crossroads, 125th and Lenox from a stepladder, listening to Malcolm, Marcus, and Carlos Cook. Across from the Teresa Hotel where Fidel stayed, cause he wouldn't give him a room in the inn downtown. Kinda like Jesus and Mary, when Lindy was the hop, before B was the bop, long before hip hop. Maybe some numbers runners on the bootleg or two, Langston Renaissance, Claude McKay, and Zora too. These sweet memories I bring to you, babbling on in Babylon, where Malcolm was assassinated at the Audubon. Summers filled with menacing, Order the Feather and Tapawingo, talent night at the Apollo. Before boys were shipped overseas to fight old men's wars, before the smack and the crack, buying the latest LP from Sakula's Record Shack. Checking out Miriam and Hugh grazing in the grass. Before Bad Thomas Sankara waved his pearl-handled pistol in the air at Harriet Tubman School, he was later assassinated. We still go through the Cotton Club. Duke's spirit still lives there. The late-night eat spot was Wells, where chicken and waffles dwell. Long before IHOP got Christopher Columbus fever and discovered it. When African vendors lined 125 Street selling their wares, incense and oil in the air. I'm just here bringing your memory back to black, babbling on in Babylon. Oh Harlem, oh Harlem, oh Harlem, oh Harlem, my pen bleeds for you. Quick setting here. So, history being made, this is a 3-string guitar, a 3-string cigar box guitar. When Africans were brought here and enslaved, they couldn't bring their instruments. So they ended up making instruments out of whatever they could find. And this is one of the instruments. This is an updated one. It's got pickups and stuff on it, but this is still the basic. Didn't come on the Mayflower, came on the good ship Jesus. I'ma start with Tilda, Henrietta Marie, chain bound and shackled, from Gory till Amina Castle, copper and Manila, sugar and tobacco. You ain't paid your dues. You ain't paid your dues. You ain't paid your dues. To sing my blues, to sing my blues. Stopped on Ebo landing, try to walk on water. I'm a runaway, I'm a renegade, I'm a son of a dusty daughter. You ain't paid your dues. You ain't paid your dues. You ain't paid your dues to sing my blues, to sing my blues. Denmark, Fiji, and Charleston, Nanny of the Maroons, blues. Nat Turner and John Brown, Harriet Tubman, freedom bound. You ain't paid your dues. You ain't paid your dues. You ain't paid your dues to sing my blues, to sing my Work from sun up to sundown. Black babies sold by the pound. Ancestors buried in hallowed ground. You ain't paid your dues. Whole world seemed like a big plantation. I'm just trying to get my reparations, cause now you ain't paid your dues. You ain't paid your dues. You ain't paid your dues to sing my blues, to sing my
This cat makes me want to completely and totally invest in a juke joint just so I can sign this cat to be my, get every beat, sing my blues. Unmute yourself, give it up for Baba and Goma.
Oh, Baba.
That's
That's
what
what
a
I've been having
Yeah.
heart for a while, was to have stuff like
what
that.
a performance.
Amazing. Absolutely mind
That
blowing.
was
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's the real deal if ever there was.
Sorry, I still want to move into the apartment next door.
Oh, Skip, right?
No, if I beat you to it, Paul.
Or you may want him to move in next to yours, depending on who has the better place.
Right.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. It's just incredible. Appreciate you, Lantern. Take care. Listen, Baba, in the first piece, right, in the Ghost of Harlem's Past, right, where you just babble on and Babylon, right? My pen bleeds for you, Harlem. Listen, if you've never been on 125th, yo, it's like a whole nother world on 125th, man. Like, Harlem is just, it truly does have its own heartbeat. It really, really does. Lost, buried in concrete, invisible. Yeah. The door to the past leads to the future. Bean pies and fish sandwiches. Come on, man. When Lindy was the hop, right? Where Malcolm was assassinated at the Audubon. Yeah, man. Went by there too. Heavy. Pearl handle pistols. Like, that's just so gangster. Like, that's just so original gangster. You know what I mean? With the pearl handles. Like, come on, man. In the second piece with the cigar box, first of all, shows the ingenuity of people who have nothing but still find a way to make music. Red Hot Chili Pepper said use 2 sticks to make it in the nature. He had a 3-string cigar box guitar and said, you ain't paid your dues to sing my blues. You ain't, not even close. Black baby sold by the pound. And you got the nerve to want to sing my blues? You ain't paid your dues to sing these blues. Appreciate you, Baba, for doing what you do, for always being so dedicated and smooth with it. Appreciate you, truly. So, coming up next, we're going to stay in the same solar system, and we're going to move to another amazing planet. And I'm telling you, if you've never received a blessing in a poem, you're about to receive one from a priestess, no less. Let me tell you, it is always a pleasure to introduce this poet, this planet, this divine being, the one and only Oshun Yo Yen is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please Take it away.
Thank you so much. See, you make me not want to read. I have a bunch to live up to. Just one thing before I do this piece. At the end of the piece, I use the name Elemen2al. In most West African cultures, there is more than one name for Almighty God. Because let's face it, who can describe God in one name? So Elemen2al is the creator aspect of Almighty God. And we hear most people say Olodumare. Olodumare is the wisdom aspect of Almighty God. I think I did a lecture once at this American University in Cairo, and if I'm not mistaken, I found 39 Yoruba names for Almighty God. So if somebody told you Africans don't believe in Almighty God, that's not correct. So at the end of the poem, it's Elemen2al. Okay. It's called Pay Attention. Our people don't pay attention to our history. They ignore the truth about our ancestors, forget the keys of our liberation. Nat Turner was a prophet, a conjure man, used a Drew, magical medicine, and bore the marks of such an African holy man on his head and chest. Gullah Jack, Denmark Vesey, Bookman Duddy, Gabriel Prosser, the blacksmith warrior, all used the power of African tradition and African spirituality. Their example ensured our later successes. They understood what sacrifice means. Don't forget our ancestresses. Cecile Fatima, high priestess of the Haitian Revolution, Nanny of the Maroons in Jamaica, who used her military acumen and spiritual gifts to beat the British and free more than 1,000 enslaved Africans to live free in the mountains of Jamaica. Marie Laveau, whose name and power are New Orleans legend, and countless other nameless mamas walking both sides of the fence, left and right, light and dark, working both to make a better life for their people. The magic we have forgotten, the view that sees and knows spirit in everything, the scientist that knows how to invoke and use this magic. This is the power we were born with. Listen to your ancestors whispering through your mind. Hear the spirit in everything as it talks to you. Set your life in order when you hear their advice and their instructions. These aren't demons. These are the multiple voices of deliverance of Elemen2al speaking healing elixir through countless creations and beings. Pay attention, then act. You will succeed. Elemen2al and all creation is behind you. Ashe.
Ashe. Listen, I done told y'all, unmute yourself, give it up for Oshun.
Ashe. Yes.
Ashe,
Wow.
ashe.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Ashe.
Beautiful.
beautiful.
That was powerful. That was a beautiful lecture too.
Well, they said history, and I tried my best to get history in.
Yes,
You
that was
achieved it.
beautiful.
You
That was
achieved
powerful.
it.
You know what's so
And thank you
wonderful
for
about what you did to me, Oshun, as it really puts into a way of speaking about these things that makes it very accessible to somebody like me. I was very familiar with a lot of Yoruba culture because I used to run the businesses of Yoruban. But the way you put this into poetry really makes it so accessible. That's a massive talent.
Yes.
Thank you. I want to make it accessible and understandable because there's just like a bunch of other stuff in our lives. There's things that Hollywood has just made inaccurate and melodramatic that aren't true. So I'm
Exactly.
happy I'm able to make it accessible.
You're doing it.
100% of the time, right? Because we have to take control of the narrative. If not, America will McDonaldize it and sell it to you in a drive-through. And they'll get your order wrong every time. I'm just saying. Look you in the drive-through. I'm just saying. Listen, And listen, and then our brother, who we're gonna hear from in a minute, our brother Zonconto, just put in a few other names for the Most High. Right? Oshunyo Yin said that she found 39 Yoruba names for the Most High, for Almighty God. 39. Pay attention. Right? Their ignorance is the truth, right? They're keys of our liberation. She mentioned Gullah Jack. Come on. The blacksmith warrior, right? The high priestess of the Haitian Revolution. Like these things are real, right? But these things get omitted from curriculum when we're sitting in classrooms because they would spark revolt, which is why Nat Turner was there in the first place, right? Nameless mama walking on both sides of the fence. The magic we have forgotten. The magic that we have forgotten. Just take that with you. Thank you. Thank you, Oshunyo Yin, for doing what you do. Your star shines pretty bright in our sky. Thank you. Thank you for what you do. All right. Coming up next, listen. This poet has come through and rocked with us before. Has been a while. So, welcome back, AC the Poet. It has been a minute, right? June, a couple years ago, you came and rocked with us, right?
You have a good memory.
I mean, listen, I listen, I say this all the time. Some people do this, but we do this, right? I love our community because you're rocking with the greatest community in the world. Welcome back. I hope that you have been writing the next great American novel or a next great Pulitzer Prize winning poetry ensemble. Looking forward to hearing what you have to share with us this evening. Welcome back. You see what's going on. Let these folks know where they can find you. Again, welcome back. Please take it away.
Yes, I'm so glad to be here. I didn't know I needed this tonight, but this has been so refreshing. So, I'm gonna read from my newly published book. It's called Formidable Shadows, A Foster Youth Journey. So, yeah, I'm super excited about it. It just came out March 17th. And I'll read a couple poems from it and then, yeah, carry on. So the first one is called Formidable Shadows. We talk about the parts of a plant, but hardly mention the shadows. The underside of each leaf, what lingers at the bottom of the soil. What about the places where the sun never touches, never reaches? I Googled it one day and learned that the less light received, the less food produced. The plant then kills off parts of itself not receiving enough rays. I wonder how the plant knows. Does it go by size? The larger the leaf, the more it can absorb. Does it go by color? The darker the green, the more nutritious. Does it go by sound? Can it hear the whispers of other leaves in the wind? I wonder about my own shadows. Can I ever see them if the light never reaches? How do I cut off a shadow I cannot see? Do I go by size? Do I go by color? Do I go by sound? For now, I close my eyes and form. So just thinking, coming into this eclipse, thinking about your shadows and the shadows of the earth, as well as we go into this eclipse. So the next one is called Rooted Canal. Ellos te robarán los dientes si los dejas, mi abuelita. They'll rob your teeth if you let them. They being the dentist, the doctor, the pharmacist, the insurance company, collection agents, the ones with good intentions, the saviors, they being the system, the patriots, the woke, the capitalists, los güeros, them we do not trust, them we do not let in, we stand only by kin. We stand only by kin who stand by us. No matter how hard the hustle, we stay together, we build together, we thrive together. If we divide, we are extracted, tooth by tooth, caliente, become tombstone until we're empty. They are the reason cadavers don't get cavities. They'll rob your teeth if you let them. And then as y'all were reading, I just started a poem, so I'm just going to share that start to a poem. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea, a loss of innocence at such a tender age, brought on by those with power, promising fame, a life on stage. We watch as children, not knowing behind the scenes, taking the entertainment, laughing at suggestions and idiocracies. Shh, quiet on set. Puff, the magic dragon, lived in secrecy. And then I'm gonna finish that off sometime.
Ooh, yes. And once you do, bring it back so we can get the finished product. Unmute yourself. Give it up for AC.
Very beautiful writing.
That was amazing.
Ooh,
Wonderful.
very beautiful.
Very
Very beautiful.
beautiful writing. Just intuitive.
You got to come back here more often, though.
I know.
Congratulations on your book.
Absolutely. And yes. So we used to have this tradition, right? But just so you know, you have just been welcomed into the greatest community in the world. You knew that already, right? You knew that already. Just like you said, oh, I needed this evening. We needed to hear you this evening, right? She said Los Güeros. Like I don't know. Every time I hear that, it's just always funny to me. Pinche Güeros. Hardly mention the shadows, right? What about the places the sun never touches, right? The less light received, the less food produced. How can I cut off a shadow I can't see? Man. In the second poem, Rooted Canal, right? The ones with the good intentions, right? We stand only by kin, right? If we divide, we get extracted. Happens. And then with the new shit, listen, puff that magic dragon. Puff that magic dragon and blow that fire into your poetry and come back and share it with us. Truly, truly appreciate you. You are home. So make sure you come back through. Appreciate you. All right. Coming up next, it's only a few poets left on this, actually 2. So 5 total poets left this evening. Storm God's in the building. Atmosphere rearranges here. Listen, if you don't know about this dude, he's about to do something to you like they do with the yeah, he's about to get you. The one and only Zomkonto in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Zomkonto. Always great to see you, brother. Please take it away.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who's presented their beauty earlier today. And also happy Poetry Month to everyone. I wrote this early in the afternoon, so I might not still have a grip on it yet. It's called They Are All Dead Now. They are all dead now. But in the hushed corridors of time where echoes whisper secrets which feel like the icy cold breath of dragons, the keepers of keys unlocked the dungeons of histories wrapped in the clock of memory, treading softly upon the sands of the ages that had since collected into deserts where nothing grows but the contempt of the gods. Their eyes were like lanterns, illuminating the forgotten paths, the hidden tales, where shadows danced upon the walls of antiquity, and whispers of yesteryears begged furiously to be understood. And when they dug into the past, each dry human bone uncovered was a portal and they took time to drain what remained of the immortal marrow of bygone eras, which the colonists had tried to sweep under the carpet. But instead, these bled from underneath it, soaking the carpet blood red until they tried to disguise it with their feet, trampling upon it whenever they hosted their elaborate feasts. They are all dead now, but these keepers of keys, custodians of rhythm, sifted through the dust of civilization, seeking truth amidst the rubble of history's ruins. They were the architects of narratives, weavers of our tales, crafting tapestries from the threads of our forefathers' footstools, their words, jewels, like brushstrokes on the canvas of memory, painting portraits of the past back to life with vibrant colors that would paralyze Van Gogh eternally. They stood as guardians at the gates of remembrance, whose hinges were now closed to toothless, keepers of keys, warding off the amnesia that threatened to engulf the minds of our offspring. For there had been attempts to sabotage this new army of free thinkers, to forge the keys to their understanding, to their ability to channel the real story of humanity's journey through the dark tunnels before the lies were told of who emerged unscathed into the light at the end. They are all dead now. But history is a labyrinth, a maze of mirrors, reflecting their collective soul. From the wide smile of the symmetry, these solitary wanderers can still be seen navigating the twists and turns right in the pathways in our eyes, and with a light on their foreheads, proving that they had truly gone pro and knew how to find the exit into future time. Zomkond.
How to find the exit in future time. This guy. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Zomkond.
Zomkond. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Wow. Unbelievable. Beautiful.
That was amazing.
Beautiful.
I mean, you are just
Well, what do you
incredible.
expect? It's some Kanto. Come on. You know,
Yeah,
of course it's gonna be great.
Don't know how you'd get a tighter grip on that, my brother.
Beautiful. Amazing. Amazing.
Like, he reminds me of asking a question like, how do you ride lightning? Right? Like, can you ever just like catch a ride? Yeah. That's what storm guys do. They're all dead now. They're all dead now. Icicle breath of dragons, right? Shadows dance on the wall of antiquities. The immortal marrow of bygone eras. Custodians of freedom, right? Like attempts to sabotage, like humanity's journey through dark tunnels. History is a labyrinth. Listen, that's what I love about our community. It's because we can do those things with that power, with that fervency. Icicle breath of dragons. Come on, man. You flipping people. You doing something with their brains, man. It's what we do, though. Thank you. Thank you for being so fervent, for being so dedicated, and staying committed to delivering that kind of power. Appreciate you. Last person on our guaranteed list is no slouch. He is a mythical monster in his own right. Mr. ABC's himself, the one and only Kazi Kaz in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, man. It is always great to see you. Come on, take it away.
All right, what's up, y'all? Hello, everybody. What's up, Elemental? Happy Poetry Month. All right. Hey, Thomas from Open Mind sends his regards. He couldn't be here, but he wanted to let y'all know he's thinking about y'all. So just let y'all know, man. All right. Okay, so I believe this is on theme. It's new shit, actually. All right. This one is titled Nefarious Nostalgia. We have a history that has never even existed. I loved you from far away, too far for you to ever even have missed it. It's kind of complicated how unrealistically simplistic the bliss of our holistically gifted love could have kissed our lips without lipstick, had it consistently consisted of the cordially insisted upon linguistics which are more than beyond intrinsic to the discovery of the peaceful harmony in our never discovered logistics. My love for you was a prison my heart could not break free from. And despite being denied bail, I was still free to spend the rest of my life in your daintily divine jail, so I willfully declined my freedom. I'm guilty of the high treason I've committed against my own mind's Eden by inciting my most reviled demons to their cleverly contrived embezzlement of logically surmised reason. My accomplice was an autonomously accomplished heathen of an abominably conscious Cretan, constantly robbing me of my solace with false promises of something supposedly positive to believe in. I couldn't possibly perceive, conscionably conceiving the ominous possibility that you and I were never really meant to be, and all this has been nothing more than a masterfully contrived deceiving. And now begins the grieving. I've been having a hard time breathing, but nowhere near as hard of a time bleeding. You see, whenever I take a trip down memory lane, I regrettably realize that I take the risk of remembering all of the heavenly bliss that was nefariously switched and malevolently changed from the passionately intimate kiss I could never seem to resist, and into the dismally miserable myths of the physically debilitating twist that still exists with explicit emphasis in the deepest abysses of my preeminent pain. It's quite evident that I wanted to see if the sky was still willing to rain and wash away the strain-filled cries from the stench-filled stains out of my nostalgically compromised and traumatically reminiscent brain. I think not. It's kind of like the impudently insolent ink spot of an insistently inquisitive ink blot that persistently tries to trick my mind into a primitively tied slip knot as I try to tiptoe to the tip top in my G.I. Joe flip-flops. But I figured even if not, I'll just make a quick stop to the neighborhood gift shop and pick up a Ziploc full of some of that good old hip hop. And then I'm right back there. Back to back then. Back to when the blast from the past was nothing more than a glorified has-been. Back to when having a dear friend and making sincere amends meant significantly more than just being a mere trend. Back to when the hop, skip, and the jump were all right around the corner, and I'll see you in a minute was just right around the bend. Back when my introverted pen had no literary friends to depend on, or even relatives to pretend to descend from. It begs me to ask, where does it all end? Thank you.
And then ends it on an anticipation chord with it. Like, I bet you thought there was more, huh? Nope. Unmute yourself, give it up for Kazi Khan.
Oh man,
Your style is yours alone, man. I love your style.
man.
Thank you.
My jaw hurts just
It's just
listening
such
to
a
that.
magnificent mind trip.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant. I love it.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, man.
Listen,
you keep layering more and more
Yeah.
rhymes into your work. It's
Yes.
kind of stupendous how you achieve that.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's well said.
I'm just kind of blown away by that.
Oh man, I'm honored to hear you say that, man. That lets me know I'm right. I'm on the right track, you know.
Oh yeah, you are.
Thank you. Thank you.
This dude is so Kazi Kaz with it. He's cosmic with it. Like he just does this, right? Like I've collabed with some folks, but I'm actually looking forward to rocking with this cat, really, because what he does is so ridiculously Kaz. Like your community just told you, right? Like your style is so just yours. I've never heard anyone do that, anyone rock like that, right? Like your style is hammer and chisel, right? Just carve that shit into rock. Like it don't even matter. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Listen, even the title, right? Nefarious Nostalgia, right? Too far for you to ever have missed. Like, come on. Love could have kissed our lips without lipstick. My love for you is a prison my heart could not escape from. What? What? Got you missing your own mind's Eden, right? Now begins the grieving, right? If the sky is still willing to rain. With G.I. Joe flip-flops, like, yo, I mean, you know what I mean? I'm just like, yo, Joe, the whole shit, like the whole G.I. Joe flip-flops. That shit, you know what I mean? Let's go back to back then. Straight up. Appreciate you, Kaz. Appreciate you, man. Really, for staying dedicated, for doing what you do, and doing it, and doing it well. Appreciate you, man. Truly. All right. Kaz was the last person on the guaranteed list. 3 people on the good luck round. And I see 2 of them. So let's get to them. Coming up first, our resident piano man who likes to fancy himself a poet and a songwriter, but he happens to be both. The one and only CCR Chakra's in the building. Come on, CC. Let these folks know what it really is. Come on, man. I don't know if CC's in the building. I see him plugged in. No worries, CC. We can come back. And we will. We just gonna circle the block. But see, when we got to the corner, though, we ran into this problem, this concrete problem, right? So it may take a minute to get back around the corner. But until we do, like I said, we ran into this concrete problem, right? Where this keeper lives on the corner, and he always be talking this big old, man. But I'm telling you, Don Conto said, right? History is a labyrinth, right? But I'm about to give you the present day maze, aka CP maze. Shout out Keeper Concrete, shout out Concrete Generation. This dude is about to do you something serious. So strap in. Come on, folk. You know what it is. Holla at him.
So y'all can hear me, yes? Yes. So came into the mail, Amazon today. I didn't come to tap dance. And Miss Marianne Tuff. So I'm so excited about adding these 2. Every time I do a gig now, a poetry gig, I'm putting it back by buying the Cats I Like book. So if you're in this room, it's only a matter of time. Here's a poem. I love the rush. Stop trying to blow out the trick candles in my opera house. Stop with the I need to stop with my stop sign smile. Stop speeding through the school zones of my childish maze. Stop road raging against self-love, saying I'm tired of you questioning my intentions. Stop tailgating your washed up wishes with dirty dishes in karma's kitchen sink. Stop leaving all of your filthy forgive me fucked up past dirty laundry in her washing machine mouth. And stop straight jackets and boxer briefs from keeping you from bumping your pride inside of her padded walls. And stop taking your straight jacket joints into pawn shops just to see how much an honest hug is worth. I am shitty tap water 4 seconds away from being turned into wine. How much hope backwards chased with a shot of swallow someone else's pride. A water into wine, angry alcoholic drunk angel picking sloppy fist fights with other religious gods. I'm a really good reason to buy a pastor cocktails at a strip club that specializes in all nude revelations. Let me borrow a book. Beautiful. I need to pay my low self-esteem to do something better with this life. A hardly sober lifetime. Screaming at the DJs, mixing on ones and twos in heaven to play my favorite love song. My favorite love song sounds like the filaments in a flock of fireflies all being turned on at once. My favorite love song was written by Mother Mary and producer by Mary Magdalene, my favorite love song. When sung in Spanish, it's entitled Hijo de Puta by Tunnel Lights. Are sponsored by forgotten faces from all the women I should have loved. Curtain calling of fight or flight, from exes to ex-wife, to exes kick rocks when you exit stage right, too much mouth to mouth in the suffocating. It's why I packed up all of my good breaths and left my finding solutions to drinking problems, Nuyo. Left my drinking problems, Nuyo, with stronger drinking problems, Nuyo. Left my focused on I could give a fuck about what you thinking problems, Nuyo. Left my sanity sitting lonely, swimming slowly only from fucking tip jar to tip jar, loving lonely and how it holds me closely. Left my leftover love me, love handle hands, holding closed caption coping mechanisms way too fucking tight. Please heighten my sixth sense. Just don't let me fall in love with someone else's Achilles heel tonight. Disobedient even in the face of death. I don't play with a full deck. Knowing Grim Reapers by their nicknames is how I show them signs of respect. You hijo de puta. Poem. Thank y'all.
What? This dude said Grim Reaper's nicknames. Your ass is on some other shit. Unmute yourself. Give it up for C.
The razor blade that uses other razor blades to shave, but no.
Redefine courage, why don't you?
Yo, you
appreciate y'all.
AP stands for College Professor of Poetry.
Right.
That'll be awesome though, right? I come to work with a flannel on and a whiskey flask in my back pocket trying to teach cats about Emily Dickinson. That'd be fucking awesome.
It should be illegal for somebody to sell you a microphone without a fire extinguisher.
Ooh,
microphone.
Nice.
Microphone, sir.
That's a skiff quote. It's going on the back of my book.
That's
skiff
it.
That's
it.
Oh my
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Hey,
Oh,
I love the way you're exhausted at the end.
I like to say this. There's only one speed. When you get to listen, there's only one speed, and that's go. I like Maze and I have rapped. We're probably gonna rap soon. Like it's every ounce, like every cell, every molecule, right? Like every molecule is engaged with each poem. I know that may sound crazy, like but even the molecules in the cartilage of the tip of your ear are engaged, screaming, yeah, go Maze, go Maze, go Maze, go Maze. You know what I mean? Like, stop with the I need to stop with my stop sign smile. Stop tailgating your washed up wishes. Said I'm 4 seconds away from being turned into wine. Picking sloppy fist fights with guys like your ass, man. Can I borrow $1? I need to pay my low self-esteem. Sound like the filament in a flock of fireflies. How about you fireflies the flock out of here? Left my drinking problem for more drinking problems. Loving lonely and how it holds me closely. Just don't let me love or fall in love with someone else's Achilles heel tonight. I need you to And then the Grim Reaper nicknames. Come on, man. Come on, man. That is CP Mays. Make sure you are plugging in with one of the dopest poets in the world. Trust and believe. Appreciate you, folk. Holla at you. Shout out Swanye West. Shout out Double Trouble. Shout out Sistina. Shout out Novel. Listen, the whole crew is in the building, man. For real. Love y'all, man. Listen, we are going to end the night, as I mentioned, with our resident piano man. Hold up, real quick. Coming back at you, Maze, real quick.
Okay, I just wanted to say, has nothing to do with me. A little birdie told me, y'all, that Elemental's birthday is coming up like real soon, and he's not gonna say anything about it. So I think it's next week. So give him shit like as much as you can on IG, Facebook, whatever, because he's not gonna pump his own birthday. So somebody has to do it for him. That's all. Can't wait to hear CC rip. Yeah.
See, at this. He's right though. I won't. It's in a couple weeks. It's on the 16th, right? Unfortunately, we won't be able to rock right here on the 16th because my birthday's on a Tuesday. However, on that Thursday though, we will be rocking. So yeah, we'll look forward to it. You know what I mean? I may rip my birthday poem. That's one of my favorite things to do, right? Because my birthday is in poetry month, so I get to write my own poem every year. But I also get to write my mom's poem because my mom's birthday is 4 days before mine. Shout out, moms. Listen, folks, I'm going to get y'all out of here. Woo, look at that. Look at that. So we are going to close the night with our resident piano man who likes to fancy as a poet and then fancy as a creative writer who does this thing and he just, damn it, does it well. The one and only CCR Chakras in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Oh, man, it's just been a crazy day, week, night. And I popped on and then I had to keep busy. So I just had the thing in the background. So I was vibing. So somehow or another, I heard you. And then Ron shook my tree, thank goodness. And here I am. So I heard Joski and I heard CP. And the rest of you, I absorbed through the ether somehow. This is well, since you're going with the piano theme and I heard those are just two poets tonight, I'm gonna choose between these two here things, or maybe I'll just they're reads. I'm gonna read the lyric type thing. This one I don't know if I ever played. Under your skin is where you'll find your home, and when your heart opens, you'll know you're not alone. There's nothing to hide here. No past owns your soul, and what happened was a seed took root, and so your life was sowed. But it's your garden now. It's your gardening of now. It's your gardens now. You are the garden now. Here your reactions are your own reflections. Now you are the other, and the other is you. The day is not afraid of the night anymore. This madness ends when your dreams don't go to war. When gratitude is love, and that becomes your soul's song, as the light you are rains on the choices you are. For under your skin is where you'll grow your soul. That's where love begins. Now we all grow home. That's the gardening of now. And for CP, this war of now, there are no heroes, no voice insulting love. This life of peace begins here by this grave result of children killed in a war where innocence lay dead. Come into the garden where humanity must grow and ask the cheers of victory to become tears you lost. The loss of life must not be foreshadowed by some joy, for who is here to celebrate a child killed by war? Be you are the parents with a child dismembered by a bomb. Be the parent holding still in their arms a child who is now gone. Be you stand in ruins with a history not free, and see the crimes of arrogance and heal all bloody flags. See the flags now mourning and salute what is ahead. Now expose all of war's evils and the profiting from this. The fuel of information, what is pumped into your head. Don't erase or sanitize what hides all that's unsaid. Without a peaceful movement, the world will see us all bloodthirsty. A real mocking of democracy. Pure hypocrisy is us. If freedom spits into the wind, it naturally blows back. And what hero wants to have the dreams of a child's last breath? This war of now, there are no heroes, no voice insulting love. The life of peace begins here by this grave result of children killed in a war where innocence lays dead. Let the crimes of war be said. Let all the crimes of war be said. Let every crime of war be said. This war of now, there are no heroes. Love you. Love you all. Elemental, that's going to be the theme for April 18th. The theme for every April 18th. I don't write the theme, but I just thought of that. Thought I'd say it.
That was heavyweight work. The war of now. Unmute yourself. Give it up for C.C. Arshagra.
CC. That was amazing work, brother.
Always.
Ooh.
Always
Awesome,
powerful
man.
words,
Awesome.
man. Beautiful imagery, beautiful
Powerful.
command of language.
Yes.
It's just
Yes.
so fascinating.
Yes.
Amazing indeed. Amazing indeed.
Amazing.
Always.
Like, when I hear your voice now, I just hear your lyrics. Like, no one owns, what is it? No one owns a woman. No one owns a child's love, I think it is. Like, it's so CC. Like, it's just soaked in CC or Chagra that it's just juicy. Listen, man, like he said, it's your gardening now. You are the garden now. You are the other and the other is you. This madness ends when your dreams don't go to war. This war of now, there are no heroes. Let the crimes of war be said. Air those grievances. Better to air them with your words than to air them with explosives. Thank you all. I truly appreciate you. Hang out. We'll have a short cipher after. I gotta jump. Craziness. Listen, to every single poet who touched the mic this evening, every single poet, every single artist, every single musician who touched the mic this evening, I truly appreciate you. Make sure you are plugging in with all things Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Plug into the many myriad of shows that we've got. Plug into the website. Make sure you get some merch representing your part of the world. Let the world know that poetry is still alive, kicking, breathing. Let them know about the greatest community in the world. Y'all know I love it. I look forward to Thursdays each and every week. We're going to end the night like this. Until we meet again, may this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Until next week, peace.